So we know milk comes from cows, but not just any cows. And how exactly is it done? To find out, we visited the Western Cape's Master Dairy Farmer of the Year on his farm outside Stellenbosch, where Parmalat collects milk for their factories daily.
Ons is 'n familiebesigheid. Ons het in 1937 begin melk op die plaas. Tans is die 1700, net so oor die 1700 Holstein Fries diere op die plaas, waarvan 820 3 maal 'n dag gemelk word.
A cow needs almost 65 litres of water per day and will produce up to the same amount of milk. The most common cattle feeds are oats, silo fodder, mealie cobs, beans, lucerne and dairy flour.
Okay, hier is die melkproses. Die koeie kom in van die behuising af. Hulle is in verskillende groepe opgedeel volgens hulle produksie. Jy sal sien hulle het 'n band om die nek. So wanneer die koe daar opstap op die melktafel, word die koe se nommer ge-ID op die rekenaar. So ons weet presies hoe laat elke koe gemelk is, hoeveel melk sy gelewer het en hoe lank sy gemelk het. En dit help ons om die kudde beter te bestuur, om sodoende beter kwaliteit en 'n gesonder koe op die ou einde van die dag te kry. Wat dan daar gebeur is, die eerste persoon sal die spene trek en kyk of die melk reg is of waar nie mastitis in die melk is nie. Die tweede een sal 'n ontsmettingsmiddel aan die spene sit. Die derde persoon sal die spene droogvee met 'n papier handdoek en die vierde persoon sal die seiers aansit. Jy sal ook sien dat melk nêrens in kontak met die mens kom of met enigiets buitekant nie. Dit gaan direk uit die koe se eier uit, binne in die speenhuls, binne in 'n stainless steel pyp, binne in die melktank. So nêrens kan melk gekontamineer word of vuil word nie. As die koeie klaar gemelk is, gaan die melk direk in die melkkoeltank in. Ons moet die melk afkoel tot op 3.6 grade so gou as moontlik. Die rede daarvoor is dat jy nie bakteriese groei in die melk kan kry nie. Parmalat kom haal elke oggend die melk.
On the constant quest to supply milk, they travel 6.6 million kilometers every year. That's equal to 160 times around the earth, while cows are given a respite from milking for a couple of months every 300 days.
It's very important for our consumers to know that we've got very strict quality and food safety standards to give them sort of peace of mind. The whole process starts just before we source a new farmer. We will make sure that his certificates, according to all the regulations, are in place and valid. And we've also got representatives in all the areas, people that visit the farms on a regular basis and to advise the farmers on quality issues and also to make sure that everything is in place. Our objective is to buy milk from sustainable sources at a sustainable price. We buy milk from approximately 300 farms along the coastal regions of South Africa, and we collect that milk every day with about 70 milk tankers. As soon as we start to collect milk, the driver will do certain quality checks. If the milk then passes a quality check, he will then load the milk into the milk tanker. He will also take a milk sample that he takes to the factory. When the tanker arrives at the factory, they do another test which is more strict in the laboratory. If that passes the quality checks, the milk is offloaded into the factory.
Vir ons is dit baie belangrik om 'n hoë standaard, hoë kwaliteit melk te lewer aan Parmalat. Hulle is baie ernstig oor die kwaliteit van hulle melk omdat hulle 'n kwaliteit produk op die rak wil sit vir die huisvrou. En dit is altyd goed om die verhouding op 'n goeie vlak te hou met Parmalat.
Tune in again tomorrow to see how milk travels from the farm to the factory to the grocery shop to you ultimately experiencing the perfect Parmalat pour. How does milk get from the farm to the shop? Yesterday we visited a dairy farm and saw that these special cows are milked up to 3 times a day, producing up to 65 litres of milk each that Parmalat collects daily. Now let's take a peek inside the factory.
We are very excited and we are very positive with the introduction of the new 1 litre Everfresh pack into the market. It looks lovely, it pours beautifully. We've got technology on that pack that you will not find on any other product except the Everfresh lines from Parmalat. Already the feedback that we got back from the trade with the product not being that long into the trade is very positive.
The design of this container has also been awarded Package of the Year in Sweden for its ease of use by people with restricted hand mobility.
The A3 machine that produces this pack has got a DIMP unit in. The DIMP stands for Direct Inkjet Mold Concept. So what happens is that after holes is punched in the paper, It's actually a small blow molding process where plastic forms the inner part of the cap. When the package leaves the machine, all now that needs to be happened is a cap needs to be turned on. Other machines currently in South Africa and our previous pack had a glue unit. So you will have a hole with foil over it, and then the cap will be glued onto that. So we've got less waste, less glue, more environmental friendly.
This packaging is aseptic, meaning it provides a longer shelf life without needing artificial preservatives. It's also very strong, and the thin layer of aluminium foil protects against oxygen.
The upgrade program will be taking place in 2 phases. Phase 1 was the filling machines, the capper, all the downstream equipment that was implemented. The second part will commence in about 5 weeks' time, and that is the upgrade of the processing plant.
The company is continuously reinvesting in new equipment for its 8 factories and operate meticulous to international health standards.
We as Parmalat are very environmental friendly and conscious about our scarce resources. So when we investigated what equipment to use, the new processes will consume a lot less energy, a lot less water. Our effluent or wastewater, to put it in layman's terms, will be reduced by about 40%. Currently, the process from the raw milk to the pack, it can be anything between 28 and 48 hours, where the new process will take a plus minus 5 hours. So a lot of the current process will be cut out, which will give us the saving in energy and water.
Parmalat believes that the improvements made in the plants will go a long way in bringing you a high-quality product without spilling a drop.
South African milk drinkers are excited to see their beloved milk carton with a new twist, thanks to the leaders in innovation, Parmalat and Tetra Pak. This is the end of spilled milk, and Liesel, being the guilty party, stopped by to see how it's done.
Alton, can you tell me a little bit more about the new packaging?
It's the first for the local milk industry, and it is as a result of a joint cooperative project between Parmalat, now part of the world's largest dairy company, and Tetra Pak, the world's largest food and beverage processing and packaging company.
And how did you come to choose this particular packaging?
Parmalat has a global relationship with Tetra Pak, and we've been committed to delivering our milk in a carton packaging for many, many years. And in simplistic forms, it's a very clever design. It's multi-layered, and combined with our optimized processing, it delivers a very superior product, and it prevents the milk from spoiling.
And how did you come to the decision that this was the correct package for the South African market?
There's a number of factors. I think the most important of this is the fact that we have to select a pack that is in fact selected by the consumer. And it's a big investment for us. It's not something that you do every year. So the longevity of the pack is a very important factor. And then there's a few other factors that are combined with how cost effective we can deliver this pack to the market. That is important. And then I think a very important factor for us is the environmental sustainability of this pack.
It's also aseptic, thus providing food products with a longer shelf life. The clever multi-layered design helps keep milk fresh. Parmalat and Tetra Pak are proud to introduce it to the local market.
Stuart, you're the Tetra Pak Key Account Director for Parmalat in Southern Africa. Who is Tetra Pak?
Tetra Pak is a packaging company that specializes in carton packaging for the dairy and juice industry.
What's so revolutionary about this pack?
Well, this pack is called the TBA Edge, and that's exactly what it is. It gives the consumer the edge. And the edge is that it's got a unique shape, it's got a sloping top, it's got a ridge cap that makes consumers of all ages easy to open. It holds a 1 litre volume, and it's really easy to use, and it will give all the consumers the edge.
And tell us more about the recycle plant that Tetra Pak recently opened.
These cartons are made from 71% fibre, and they can be used in secondary packaging, like your outer carton, and we're really proud of this. The balance of the recycled material can actually be used in milk crates and other plastic products. These cartons are 100% recyclable, as well as from a renewable resource.
So rest assured, these packs are recyclable. The design was voted Product of the Year in Germany and Sweden for its ease of use by people with restricted hand mobility. This is earth-conscious innovation at its best.
Milk lovers know Parmalat's Ever Fresh, SA's much-loved long-life milk brand, now sports a new look. This is the first of its design in South Africa, so Liesel took a closer look.
Bruce, how do you think the SA consumer will embrace this new pack?
The pack itself has got so many convenient factors to it. And already in Germany this year it has won 2 awards. It was voted the Product of the Year award in Germany, and also by the consumers, and then also by the retail stores. They also voted the hit of 2011 so far. And so certainly it's been a great pack that we certainly believe South Africa will take very warmly to as well.
Why is carton beverage packaging so earth-friendly?
Tetra Pak has a motto that says, protects what's good. It's not only protecting the product inside, it also is good for the environment outside. We are very glad that we've obviously gone into that particular pack as well, because it ultimately allows us to be able to have a lower carbon footprint in the plant as well.
The company is continuously reinvesting in new equipment for its 8 factories and operate meticulous to international health standards. Another consumer bonus is that the new pack also fits perfectly into the fridge door.
Why was South Africa chosen as one of the first markets to introduce this packaging too?
For us to be able to be first was very important, just to be able to set us apart from our competitors once again. And at the moment, this particular pack has, as I said, has already received some global awards. And we just obviously wanting to push that in South Africa as one of the best packs available from an environmental point of view as well.
This container offers it all. Easy to open, easy to pour, and easy to enjoy, with a green conscience.
Glass.
Film crew, check. Awesome director, check. Camera, lights, action. Yes, we're behind the scenes of the Parmalat Everfresh Perfect Pour television ad. Never before has milk been this sexy. Marketing manager Janine Greiling elaborates.
Well, it was a very simple brief in terms of the fact that we had a very simple benefit we wanted to communicate, which is the pourability of the pack. So we say, listen, it's quite a simple message. We want to also to be in line with the Parmalat brand positioning. So very much glamorous look and feel to it. And because it's milk, you often struggle to get consumers to engage with a very generic category. So we wanted something with personality that would stand out. And then as any advertising material, you want it to be quite simple and to the point, so that there's one message and that consumers actually remember it.
We've set out to create the perfect pour and what it would look like. We looked at kind of a bunch of ads from the 80s. If you look at those ads, they use a lot of classic drink cliches, and they've got like the really hot, like a model, you know, and she's pouring a drink like in slow-mo, you know, and her hair's blowing, and you've got the big music and stuff, you know, and we thought that was great. We thought it'd be great to actually do like a modern version of it.
King James is one of the country's most respected ad agencies and was crowned SS Agency of the Year in 2011.
Well, when we presented it to client, I mean, it actually went quite well. They actually bought this idea. We presented this idea with about, I think, 5 other ads, you know, and this is the idea that they immediately liked.
The ad was shot on location in Woodstock, Cape Town. With weeks of careful conceptualizing behind them, it took the crew only 8 hours to shoot the entire advert.
We had a great new director called Greg Bapeli, you know, and you know, if you have a director that's good, I mean, that's what they do. They make your life easy, you know. And the only wild card we had was the cat at the end. You know, I think it's always like a nervous moment when you have animals in your ad, you know, and things like dogs that you can train, they're kind of hard enough. But cats, it's a completely different story.
The gorgeous brunette in the ad is model Shani Allers, who takes over the spotlight from male model Willem de Villiers.
This Parmalat ad is quite exciting. My role is to kind of play myself as a model and to be the preferred packaging as opposed to the very irritating models you get on the other commercials.
Gorgeous model. No, different gorgeous model. Check.
I play the annoying male model that everyone hates, and I'm quickly cut for the better looking female model. It should be quite a good ad, a little bit of comedy, so looking forward to seeing how it comes out.
Of course, it was the new Parmalat Everfresh pack that stole the show. This no-spill design is the first of its kind and has already won awards in Germany and Switzerland.
Well, the feedback was very positive from our own employees, from the trade, from end consumers as well. So overall, very positive feedback. I mean, the cat often gets a first mention, so a lot of people go, oh, it's the ad with a cat. And then, of course, the whole check idea that comes through. So we actually have people often kind of regurgitating it to us. We've also done a bit of research. People got the message. They knew exactly what the ad was about, and they kind of understood about everything about the perfect pour. So overall, very positive, and we're looking forward to continuously fighting the TV ad.
So a star is born, the container that offers it all. Easy to open, easy to pour, easy to enjoy. And beautiful to see on TV.
Stay with Expresso and SABC3.